What's going on, y'all? I just wanted to give y'all some breaking news on Gervonta Davis. So it looks like a Maryland judge has decided to end a lawsuit that was filed against Gervonta Davis back in 2013 from his former managers. Back in October of 2013, Davis had signed a 5-year agreement with Roy, agreeing that the manager would receive 15% of all fight-related earnings. However, by February 2014, Davis and the pair would agree to end their working relationship. A release agreement was reached where Davis had to pay Roy and Batiste $35,000 over the next 2 years. However, in 2017, they filed a case against Tank claiming they were paid only $2,000. When Davis failed to show up to court, the judge entered a default order against him, finding him in breach of contract. Davis eventually would pay Roy and Batiste $468,000 to settle the case. However, Roy and Batiste never recorded the judgment satisfied and didn't inform the court of any agreement. Instead, they continued discovery in the case and eventually requested an additional payments from Davis and his subsequent fights. The court has now ruled on the case, finding Gervonta Davis free of any obligations to make additional payments. The court's chief judge, Gregory Wells, wrote this: once Davis paid the $468,000, the judgment was satisfied, and there were no longer a money judgment to be modified. If there is no money judgment to modify, creditors cannot continue to pursue post-judgment discovery against Davis for hypothetical or potential money judgments. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm glad that this whole thing had got settled. To be completely honest, this really just seems like really a misunderstanding. And reason why I say that is because we see this thing happen all the time with sports, especially in music too as well, where athletes and artists, they sign contracts with a certain team and they decide to move into a new direction. It happens all the time. Both sides decide to part ways, and unfortunately at times there's money left on the table for someone to be paid. So there are lawsuits that are filed against people. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I don't blame them for wanting their money, but if Gervonta had already paid his dues like he claimed he already did, then there should be no problem. And I'm actually really glad that he does not have to continue to keep making these payments and paying his old former managers. I mean, because if he didn't end up paying it, it's just going to get him in even more trouble and possibly even lead up to jail time if this whole thing was not settled. And I want to see Gervonta in the ring just like everybody else does. But that's all I have for today, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications for me. Leave your thoughts and comments below, and I will catch y'all next time in the next video. All right, peace.